Welcome back
to the Coochie
Boos
Boos podcast with your girl Espresso Mommy
and Sailor Rock, otherwise known as Jelena Jomez.
What?
and Flenny Flanco.
Funny fly.
I am the unit.
Selena Gomez.
I am the marital unit of Fenny Flanco and Jelena Jomez.
Jelena Jomez.
Well, listeners, friends, pals, buddies, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. We're cold, we're tired, but we're bold and inspired to talk to you today.
It's not that cold today.
Well, I'm a liar. I'm a filthy liar.
Well,
but we're here. We're happy to talk to you today. How are you feeling today?
I am amazing. What about you?
I'm doing well. I just told you I'm cold, tired, bold, but inspired. Well, I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling good. How did we get here? How did you get here?
By the ANC train.
Okay. And I went on a journey. I first was a sperm and an egg, and I became a zygote. And after months of maturing and developing, I became a fetus. And those details are for a different episode. Right. But we can talk about that a different episode.
Are you a C-section baby?
Or
you don't know?
I'm an extraterrestrial baby.
Oh. Alien.
E.T. Today, we wanted to talk to you guys about neighbors and our relationships with them. Just one of the many funky, fun little ideas we have in our heads. So I'll let you kick this off, Espresso Girl. Well, maybe we could talk about what's your relationship with your neighbors currently?
I mean, I don't really talk to them.
Okay. Well, let's dive into it more. How many do you have?
I mean, I live on a walk up of 5 floors, so I think it's like what? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I think it's like 6 apartments or 7.
Yeah, I think
per
G's
floor.
The 7th letter.
But I don't really talk to. I mean, I say like hi and bye to like some of them, but I don't really have like a deep connection with them. And
how many are the ones you say hi and bye to? That's like a select few. It sounds like.
I think it was like 2.
Okay. So okay, we can call that 2 neighbors for now. That's fine.
Or 3.
2 or 3
I
neighbors.
Think 3.
Okay, and then you're very cordial, aloof with them.
I think it's actually 4.
Okay, it keeps growing in numbers. On the Coochie Boos podcast, we're learning how to do the alphabet and to count.
I think it's 4. Yeah, because I don't really. I mean, I just say hi and bye. That's it.
Okay.
If I see them.
Okay, that's solid. A group of 4 neighbors that you're cordial with. Hi, bye. Cool.
Yeah, but I wish I had like neighbors I would go to their house and like chill at, but I don't.
Okay.
I mean, I used to have that when I was younger, but now, no.
So where you live and these neighbors, because I think you've lived in that place for a big part of your life. Have they always been your neighbors, that group of people you're talking about?
No.
Also, some of them are newer?
Yes. I think there's actually 2 new people.
2, not 4?
Now it's 5.
Now it's 5. Now it's 5.
I'm gonna stop at 5.
Yeah, you know what? Let's round it up to 10. You know what? Let's talk in general. Let's talk.
2 of them are new.
The limit doesn't exist.
Yeah, I think 2 are like new-ish.
Okay.
But yeah, we don't really do anything. We just say hi. I mean, I got invited to like a party next door, but I didn't want to go.
Well, that's not nothing. That's a little bit more than hi and bye.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I wasn't vibing.
Got you. Okay.
And it's because they were related to some person that I used to hang out with when I was a teenager, but I don't talk to them no more, so I don't want them to know about my business no more.
Okay.
Even though they're related to the family, but yeah.
Okay.
I just keep to myself.
I see. I think similar. I mean, this place is relatively new for me, so I honestly don't know anyone here. Like, maybe there's one or two faces that I've seen on this floor a few times, but even then, I don't even get the formalities. I don't get the hi, I don't get the bye. Maybe I'll make eye contact for 2 seconds, but there's no conversation really.
Yeah, I saw this girl walking out with her Dica Chihuahua.
Here today?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was waiting for you.
At the studio?
Yeah, at the studio.
At the studio.
She was walking out with her little wiener dog, and she didn't.
I did see that. Very small dog.
She didn't say like hi to the front person.
You know what? Let's dive into that. Is that a generational thing? You think that people are saying hi and bye? Or do you think what is that? Do you think that's maybe a ethnic thing? Like different ethnicities do it?
It
or
might be.
Like it's a white people thing.
Because she was gringa.
Or do you think it's a generational thing? Or maybe both?
I mean, probably both. Because I guess because I grew up saying hi and bye to people that I know. But like, I don't...
to your neighbors, though.
Yeah. I mean, if they say hi to me and I don't know that much, I just say hi back. Because they're being nice. But yeah, she didn't like acknowledge him. She just walked by and I was like, okay.
Okay. I think... Yeah, I don't know. I've noticed that. I feel like I'm noticing people are not even doing like a very simple hi and bye. Which, I mean, we're also in New York. It's like, we're stereotyped as rude. But I don't know. I just feel like if you make a prolonged interaction with someone, and to me, prolonged is literally 2 seconds of eye contact, that is enough for you to... I feel like that should be enough for you to say at least hi and at least bye.
A smile.
Well... I'm not that friendly, but if they want to smile, I'll take it.
No, I mean,
because my smile might be like this.
No.
What you guys didn't see, viewers, is I made the most attractive face.
He made like a chihuahua smile.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was gonna bite you.
But yeah, I just find that interesting. But like here, I don't really have like any neighbor relationship, but like even in the place I lived in before this, I wasn't like super friendly with neighbors either. There was one neighbor, one of the apartments down the hall. He was very talkative, and as a person who's like to myself all the time, I just found that weird because it was like talkative, but it had like a nervous energy behind it, so it just always made me feel a little bit weird.
What?
And because it would be conversations like, I think a little bit more like I'm busy trying to rush to school because I'm late, and this, I don't know, I felt like, I don't remember, but it sounded like he was talking about being surveilled, like someone's watching him, like his favorite words were they got an eye on you, like they watching you, and so it had this nervous energy behind it.
He was like 1984.
Something. And then
George Orwell.
Right. And then we have a neighbor down the hall that she is this older lady who I'll tell you, this older lady who, she's nice, and she's a nice church going lady. Not only does she say hi and bye, she actually reprimanded me as, my middle high school self for not saying hi and bye. She pulled my mother to the side one day without me knowing. And she was like, do you know that your son does not say good morning and does not say good afternoon when he sees me waiting? Because, we would wait for the elevator together. And maybe that's where I get it from, because that lady taught me, hey, you need to say hello and you need to say goodbye.
She bugging.
She bugging, but it's true at the same time. If you have a shared, maybe that's why I don't have a relationship with my neighbors now, because we just maybe are losing that. I don't know.
Yeah, she's part of a different generation.
Exactly. I think it's a generational thing.
I mean, yeah, people are only nice when they have to be nice.
Yeah, it's different nowadays. And do I say hi and bye to my neighbors? When I see them, maybe if I'm feeling up for it.
I mean, I just smile if I don't feel like talking.
I'll if ooh.
Oh my god, I'm going through puberty still.
Oh my god! Just talking about it, just bringing all those youthful juices back. I'm joking. Let me stop. But if I'm in the elevator with other people, I will 8 times out of 10 I'll say have a good one or something to that effect. So like it's not completely lost on me, but if I'm not in the mood, I will not say it.
No.
So it seems like we both are a little bit distant from neighbors, which I think again it's a very populated city, so many people, so many things going on at the same time. I don't think that's completely strange in our situations. We don't live in a cul-de-sac where everybody knows everybody's address and what they're doing. So I don't think that's too bad. I think that's a little bit normal in our situations. But right, if we lived in a different place with a different circumstances, I could imagine it would be a little bit different.
Yeah, like a gated neighborhood.
Right. Would you, with neighbors, do you feel like there should be a little bit of a different relationship than, like, do you think there's a difference in a relationship between a neighbor and a friend?
Yeah, because to a neighbor, I think you're not close to them to call them a friend yet, so you just like pretend to be, I don't know, perfect to them compared to your friend where when they've seen you in your highest and your lowest. So yeah.
I think exactly the same thing. I think with neighbors, you don't have that familiarity.
Yeah, you just know they live there.
Exactly. So there's like a little bit of a facade, like the same facade that you use with the rest of the world, with your neighbor. So for example, if my neighbor asks me, how am I doing? I might just say fine. Versus if someone close to me asks me how I'm doing, and if I'm in the mood to be vulnerable and open up, I might say, well, actually, I had a horrible day, and this is why, blah, blah, blah. Do you think, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because I saw a video that kind of talked about it. I haven't finished the video, so I'm going to have to go back and do my little research. Because on this podcast, we do investigative journalism.
Okay. Period.
But we just condense it real short.
Yeah.
So in this video, it went a little bit beyond neighbors. It kind of actually talked about relationships. But it was saying how to some of the world you present one way, right? For example, let's take that short answer, that fine. You're presenting that to the world. But then with your loved ones, you're presenting a more truthful version. But sometimes that truth can be ugly. Sometimes that truth might be, they're dismissive, or like, right, if I'm having a bad day, I may not even want to look at you. I may want to slam the door in your face. I may want to like just walk away from you. So sometimes the more truthful version of yourself can be a heavier, maybe more hurtful version to the person on the other end experiencing that. And what the video was trying to say was, sometimes that's not fair. Why is your neighbor and the strangers around you, why are they getting, hey, good morning, I'm fine? While me back at home waiting for you with loving arms, I'm getting, leave me alone. Don't bother me. Why is there that difference? And I think that, like we're saying, I think that difference comes to, like, because you have that close relationship with someone, you feel like you can be a more truthful version of yourself. Mm-hmm. It just so happens that sometimes the truthful version is a little bit more of a hurtful version. But is that fair? What do you think? Do you think that we should present the facade to our loved ones to give them a more palatable, pleasing version of yourself? Or do you think maybe everyone should have no facade, everyone gets the ugly version of me? Like, do you think there should exist an in-between? Do you think everyone should get all, everyone should get nothing?
I feel like your close family members should at least get a nice part of you.
And I think with the when they get the more truthful version of you, I think they get both. I think they get an ugly version, or they get not ugly version. I think they get the ugly pieces,
Yeah.
but because they are more honest with you, you also get the more lovely pieces that you're not gonna get when you just say, "Oh, I'm fine" to a stranger. So I think they get both, but you have to it almost feels like you have to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like when personal experience when my
Dun
mom's
dun dun. Personal experience time.
when
This is the
my
segment where we talk about personal experiences. Listen it.
when my mom, she's like nicer to my neighbors or even like my family this in a different country. She's like way nicer to them compared to us. Which is she sometimes goes off on us and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like why can't we have that nice version of you that you show everybody else but not us? Like what's the issue?
Do you think that may be part of it? That she's not, because maybe she feels closer to you, that unfortunately that just means you get some of those ugly bits along with the good bits while they just get a more palatable version? Do you think it could be that?
No, because she don't even apologize when she goes off.
Well, what about the good bits? Do you think that you're getting more good bits than those family members are getting?
No,
So what are those family members getting?
I don't know.
Well, you see, you don't know, so maybe it is. It could be that you're getting the good and best bits. You're getting the ugly and the good bits, and they're just getting an okay. They're getting a mid bit and a mid piece, and you're getting a juicy chicken leg, but you're also getting a burnt chicken wing.
Nah, but she's like more animated with everybody else. And then she's just like, I don't know, like Uncle Scrooge with the family members. I mean, like, I could kind of relate to that, but with my parents only, because with my siblings, I'm nicer to them. And, yeah, like, I don't feel like weird around them.
I feel you. I think, yeah, I mean, I think being parents does bring a different layer into it because parents are a very particular relationship that has a whole bunch of layers to it. Speaking of layers,
Oreo layers.
I think, well, the relationship is layered, but then we're also layered ourselves. So I think it's just a ton of layers. If you were something layered, what would you be?
I don't know, cake.
I think I'd be an onion.
Cake
And
layers.
this is what you get on this podcast. You get two worlds. You get two different experiences. You get two different people. You get cake and onion. You get sweet and makes you cry. You get
savory.
You get savory. You get it all. You get the cake and the onion. And if your mom were to be something layered, what do you think she would be?
Well, I don't know. What are layered things? I'm about to Google.
Well, cake, onion, lasagna.
Oh, I love lasagna.
A croissant is layered. If you think about it.
These are things I like.
Oh. But we won't go there. So maybe in my experience, I think I can relate a little bit in that I think with my mom, it's a particular relationship where
a salad.
I'm like outside of the home, I'm one way a little bit, and then when I get inside the home, because of all those layers, it comes off, the energy is just a little bit different. So I can relate to what you're saying. I think if I were to look at it from my mom's point of view, I can imagine that she's getting some of those burnt chicken wing pieces with me. So I mean, I could kind of, I feel like I can relate to being on the other end of that probably.
I mean, yeah, probably the same with me, but it's because I match energy.
Oh, you match energy here on the pod.
Yeah, because I don't know. I've always been like that.
I feel you. sometimes I think I'm a little bit, when it comes to this whole neighbor thing, I wonder if maybe I'm a little bit of a Scrooge or something. Because where maybe I should say hello more. Maybe I should say goodbye more. Maybe I should knock on my neighbor's door. Hello? May I borrow some sugar? Would you like to borrow some sugar?
Or you want a piece of cake?
You want a piece of cake? Do you want a piece of this onion, perhaps? But at the same time, I think, again, we just live in a city where everyone is in their own world. That becomes a little weird sometimes. That doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means it feels very weird and awkward.
I guess. I mean, I just wish I lived in more, how do you say,
Like a close-knit.
yeah, like more friendly environments.
Okay. So what would this... Tell us what your wish or dream neighborhood would be, and an example of a neighbor, of a dream neighbor.
I mean, my dream...
Set the scene. What's this neighborhood?
I guess my dream neighbor would invite me to like their house to have like little snacks or something, and like hang out for a bit, and then I just go home, or we go out to do something together.
Okay.
And within my household, I wish people would talk with each other more. And yeah, be nicer too, cause I don't have that. We just all keep we just keep to ourselves a lot, so we don't really talk to each other like that. Cause I feel like my boyfriend's family and my family, my own family, is so different in that aspect, because I talk more to my boyfriend's family than I do to my own, I feel. Even though I'm still learning to open up to my boyfriend's family. So yeah, going back to the original thing, I mean, yeah, like I feel like we should be an open community where people say hi and bye. I mean, we don't have to say it all the time, but like at least they'll smile or something. And then we like share recipes, or I don't know.
Okay, so in this neighborhood, they're cooking. You guys are cooking.
Or like
in this dream situation,
you just give somebody a piece of something that you have left over because you don't want it to go bad, and you think they will like it.
So in this dream neighborhood, we're giving our neighbors the scraps.
The scraps with the smiles, yes.
Okay, Scraps and Smiles is the name of the community. I feel that. I think a little bit similar for me. Like if I had to pick a dream neighborhood, definitely a little bit more interaction. I would like it to be the type of place where, like there's more kind of sense of community, like you said. Like people are interacting with each other more, looking out for each other more, sharing with each other more. Because sharing means you have to give and you have to take. So, kind of being a little bit more open to communicating with each other would be the dream situation. For example, if I make, right, because I'm just little old me living by myself, if I make a pastry and it's a big amount, offering that to the neighbors. And then on a different day, maybe they could do the same for me. Something like that, where there's a little bit more sharing or a sense of community. Yeah. But I think, again, because we're just living in a place where everyone's kind of in their own world a little bit, that can be hard. So it's just interesting. Again, doesn't mean it's not impossible. It just means it's a little hard. Oh my god, my voice cracked too. Oh, someone else is going through the changes of life.
Cracky.
Have you ever had a bad or interesting or weird or good experience that stands out to you with a neighbor? Maybe we can close on that.
When I was a teenager, I used to have this neighbor that I used to watch, like, her daughter. And then one day, I think it was when I graduated high school, I mean, I don't think it was that day. I mean, that day I got confronted, but like maybe a few days ago, before that day, my mom confronted her and she snitched on me, my neighbor. She told my mom that I had a belly piercing because she was asking my mom what I was up to because I was being weird. And I was just like, why would she tell her that?
So the girl you used to babysit,
Her mom.
her mom snitched on you?
Yeah. Because my mom has suspicions about me. I was like, what? I'm just being a teenager. Like, what the hell?
But would you say that was her neighborly duty to tell, as an adult, to tell another adult what's going on with their daughter? Do you think, now looking back in hindsight, right? Maybe in the moment you didn't feel that, but now looking back in hindsight, do you think that was the responsible thing for her to do?
No.
Why not?
Because I trusted her with that secret. It was a secret. And that made me lose all trust with her, so I just stopped talking to her after that day.
Okay. So if you were in her shoes, would you do the same?
Was snitch?
Yeah.
No.
Like if someone's younger daughter confided to you something that their parents didn't know.
I mean, maybe if she was in danger, but I wasn't in danger.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes, because a belly piercing is nothing. It's not like I'm hiding a pregnancy or, I don't know, something bad.
That's true. No, that's a good point. It's not that serious in the grand scheme of things.
It's just a piercing. Like,
yeah.
I didn't get a tattoo.
Oh. Well, not at that point anyway.
No, I got my first tattoo like 2 years afterwards. But yeah, it was just weird because now I don't talk to. If I know that they talk to my mom, I don't talk to them.
Okay.
Because eventually they're gonna tell my mom.
You make it seem like your mom is running a gang over there, the mafia.
Yeah, the Dykeman.
The Dykeman Mafia.
Yeah.
I want to see what that's about.
I mean, I say to myself because of that, because I still live in a neighborhood that I grew up in, and yeah.
Okay.
I don't really trust people that talk to my mom. I mean, I think that's just a fear, but still, that's a coping mechanism.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of any experiences with neighbors that stick out to me. I mean, there was the one I told you earlier about the lady that quickly let me know that I was rude. That's one. And I'll maybe end with this one that's a little bit funny. So when I was younger, and the building that I like first used to live in, I'm gonna set the scene. It's summer, school's out. There was a park very close by. We would go to all the time. Literally across the street, just across the street, there's the park. And I liked Mia Malta back in the day. I used to love Mia Malta. And we're about to go out for the day. I forget what we were about to do. But I wanted to, I was a little thirsty, a little parched. I wanted a bev. So I took my Malta.
Oh, Malta? That's mad sweet.
And, we're headed downstairs. It was a walk-up, like a 6 or 5 floor walk-up. No, it was a walk-up, but I think it had an elevator. It did have an elevator.
6 floors has an elevator.
Mm-hmm. It had an elevator, I'm pretty sure. But I don't remember taking that elevator. Interesting. Anyway,
okay.
So I get out the building. I open the door. Imagine, I'm probably like 9, 8 years old. And so I'm walking out the building. I open the door, sun beaming, hits me in the face. I take a sip of my Malta. And ladies and gentlemen, just so you can picture it, if you've never had a Malta looks like a beer, like a beer bottle, like the dark glass bottles that you get. And so I just took a sip of my Malta, and this lady in front of the building, she was like, "Hold up." She looked at me, she paused, like everything stopped. She grabbed the bottle from me. She was like, "What is this?" And then she looked at it and she saw that it was a nice malted beverage and not a beer. Because she really was about
Why
to
would
probably report something in a second if it was a beer.
Why would your mom even let you walk out with a beer?
Because I was thirsty. Well, not the beer, the mata. But I thought that was a funny experience.
A little lady had to mind her business.
She was trying to be a good neighbor. You see, I would call that being a good neighbor.
Okay. I mean, she could have asked you too.
I think she did.
Instead of snatching it from your hand.
I don't think she snatched. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but she definitely like took a look at the bottle.
Oh.
She moved my arm or she like held the bottle really quick.
Okay.
But yeah, that was funny. Neighbors. We love them. Do we not love them?
Love and hate them.
We love and hate. And that, like we said, that's what you get on this podcast. Love and hate, onion and cake.
Ooh, that
Period.
rhymes. Yes.
Well, that'll be all for today's episode, I
can't
think.
Snap.
Hopefully, we build a community network of neighbors here.
Yeah.
Of other boos. Exactly. Of other Coochie Boos.
Maybe get booty boos.
Booty boos. Coochie Boos and booty boos alike.
Or peachy boos.
Peachy boos. Aubergine boos.
Croissant boos.
All types of boos. Calling all the boos will form a little neighborhood, a little community.
Boos headquarters.
At Boos HQ, period. And with that, we'll sign off.
Bye.
Bye.